Dear brothers and sisters, the testimony you are about to listen to was sent to us by a Satanist few days ago, and the content of this testimony is very urgent and needs everyone's attention. You didn't just see this video, you are meant to watch it. So I encourage to watch to end, so that you will not miss this urgent message from God. Before I continue, let me know where you are listening from in the comments, so that we can pray for you today. Also like this video and subscribe to this channel so that more people can see this video today. Now let's get started. My name is Azareth Moon and I'm 20 years old. I live in Portland. I grew up as the daughter of a Satanist high priestess. And what I'm about to tell you will change everything you think you know about good, evil, and what's really coming to this world. It started in March this year. I was alone in my apartment, the one with the crooked floor and windows that rattled when trucks passed by. I'd just gotten home from my shift at the bookstore, and I was eating cold pizza straight from the box when everything went white, not like a light bulb white. More like the entire world got erased and replaced with something else. Suddenly, I wasn't in my apartment anymore. I was standing in what looked like a massive library, but the books were floating. Hundreds of them, maybe thousands, just hovering in the air like they were waiting for something. The room had no walls I could see. Just endless space filled with golden light that didn't hurt my eyes even though it was brighter than the sun. Then I saw them. Angels. Not the cute baby ones from Valentine's cards. These were tall, maybe 9 feet, with faces that looked human but also not human at the same time. They wore white robes that moved even though there was no wind. 3 of them stood around a table made of crystal or glass or something that sparkled, and they were looking down at something I couldn't see. One of them, the tallest with hair like silver thread, lifted his head and looked right at me. His eyes were gold, actual gold, like melted coins. He told me that I was brought there to witness what was coming. He said the time had arrived for truth to be separated from lies, and that many who thought they were free were actually trapped. He explained that my mother's path, the path of Satanism, was leading millions toward a great deception that would soon be revealed. I tried to speak, tried to ask what he meant, but my voice wouldn't work. The angel waved his hand over the crystal table, and suddenly I could see images forming inside it like a TV screen. I saw the Satanic Temple, the one in Salem that I'd visited twice with my mom. I saw people gathering there, laughing, feeling free and rebellious. But then the image zoomed out and I saw something behind them. Shadows, dark shapes that moved like smoke but had eyes. They were attached to the people, following them, whispering things I couldn't hear, but somehow knew were lies. The angel told me these shadows were deceivers, ancient spirits that had been lying to humanity since the beginning. He said they convinced people that freedom meant rejecting all authority, even the authority of the one true God. He showed me that these spirits were preparing for something big, something that would happen soon across America. Then the library disappeared, and I was back in my apartment gasping for air, my pizza box on the floor. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw those golden eyes and those shadows. The next morning, I called my mom. Her name is Raven Nightshade. Yes, she legally changed it from Susan Thompson, and she's been a practicing Satanist since before I was born. She runs a small coven in Seattle and teaches people about self-empowerment and rejecting oppressive religious structures. Growing up, our house was filled with pentagrams, black candles, and books about Anton LaVey. My mom taught me that Satan wasn't real, just a symbol of rebellion and personal freedom. She said Christianity was a tool used to control people, to make them afraid and obedient. I believed her because she was my mom, and she seemed so confident, so sure. But after that vision, I wasn't sure anymore. "Mom, can I ask you something?" I said when she picked up. "Of course, sweetie. What's up?" Do you ever worry that maybe you're wrong? About Satanism, I mean. Like, what if there really is a God, and Satan is real, and we're on the wrong side? There was a long pause. I could hear her breathing on the other end. She told me that doubt was normal, especially for young people trying to find their way. She said that Christianity uses fear to control people, making them afraid of hell and the devil so they'll obey. She reminded me that Satanism was about freedom, about being your authentic self without shame or guilt. But something in her voice sounded hollow, like she was reading from a script she'd memorized years ago. 2 weeks later, I was working at the bookstore when a man came in. He was old, maybe 70, with white hair and kind eyes. He walked straight to me, past all the other workers, and stood at my counter. He told me he had a message for me. He said he was sent to warn me that time was running out and I needed to choose which side I was on. He said there was a war coming, not with guns and bombs, but a spiritual war that would divide families, cities, and nations. He said the enemy was already preparing his final deception, and many who thought they were enlightened would be the first to fall for it. I asked him who sent him. He smiled and said I already knew. Then he left. Just walked out of the store and disappeared around the corner. I ran after him, but when I got outside, he was gone. Completely gone, like he'd vanished into thin air. That night, I had another vision. This time, I was standing in what looked like a courtroom, but bigger than any courtroom I'd ever seen. The ceiling stretched up forever, and the walls were made of something that looked like pearl or mother of pearl, all shiny and white. There were rows and rows of seats filled with angels, hundreds of them, all watching a throne at the front. On the throne sat someone I knew was Jesus, even though I'd never believed in him before. He looked young, maybe 30, with dark hair and eyes that seemed to see everything. He wore a white robe with a golden sash, and on his head was a crown made of light. In front of him stood a dark figure. I couldn't see its face, but I could feel its hatred, its rage. It was arguing, pointing at something I couldn't see, demanding something. Jesus spoke, and his voice was calm but powerful, like thunder that didn't hurt your ears. He told the dark figure that its time was almost up, that the final rebellion would be allowed but would ultimately fail. He said that those who had been deceived would soon see the truth, and many would turn back before it was too late. The dark figure screamed, a sound that made my bones ache, and then it was gone. Jesus turned and looked at me. He told me that I was chosen to witness these things so I could warn others. He said my mother and millions like her had been lied to, taught that freedom meant rejecting him, when true freedom only came through him. He showed me that the enemy's plan was to unite people under the banner of tolerance and self-empowerment, but it was a trap that would lead to destruction. He told me that soon, a great leader would rise who would promise peace and unity for all religions, all beliefs. This leader would say that all paths lead to the same destination, that there is no right or wrong, only personal truth. Many Satanists, pagans, atheists, and even some Christians would follow this leader because his message would sound loving and accepting. But Jesus revealed to me that this leader was the final deception, the one the Bible calls the Antichrist. He would perform signs and wonders, unite nations, and create a one-world system that seemed perfect. But underneath, he would be controlled by the same dark spirits I'd seen in my first vision, and he would lead billions away from the truth. Jesus told me that this would begin soon, within the next few years, and I needed to choose. I could continue following my mother's path, or I could turn to him and be saved. Then I was back in my apartment again, crying for reasons I didn't understand. The next day, I called my mom again. This time I told her everything. The visions, the old man, the warnings. I expected her to laugh or get angry, but she didn't. She was quiet for a long time. Finally, she told me she'd experienced something similar when she was my age. She said she'd had dreams about Jesus, about heaven and hell, but she'd convinced herself they were just her Christian upbringing trying to control her through fear. She chose to reject those dreams and embrace Satanism instead. But now, hearing my story, she admitted that sometimes late at night, she wondered if she'd made the right choice. We cried together on the phone. Two women, mother and daughter, both confused and scared and not sure what to believe anymore. Over the next few months, I started researching. I read the Bible for the first time, actually read it instead of just hearing quotes taken out of context. I visited churches, talked to pastors, and prayed, something I'd never done before, and slowly things started making sense. I learned that Satan wasn't just a symbol. He was real, a fallen angel who rebelled against God and now spends his time trying to drag humanity down with him. I learned that he's a liar, the father of lies, and his greatest trick is convincing people he doesn't exist. I learned that all the freedom Satanism promised was actually bondage. Freedom from God isn't freedom at all. It's slavery to sin, to selfishness, to pride. True freedom comes from surrendering to Jesus, from letting him be Lord of your life. I learned that the Bible predicted everything I'd seen in my visions. The rise of a one-world leader, the great deception, the spiritual war. It's all there, written thousands of years ago. In September, I had my final vision. I was standing on a high mountain, looking down at the world. I could see cities and countries, oceans and forests, and I could see the shadows, millions of them, spreading like a disease across the earth. Then I saw light breaking through. Not everywhere, but in pockets. Small groups of people who were praying, worshiping, resisting the darkness. They were like candles in a dark room, small but powerful. Jesus appeared next to me. He showed me that the darkness would grow worse before it got better. He said that soon, governments would begin pushing for unity under false pretenses. They would say that religion divides people, that we need to move beyond old beliefs and embrace a new spirituality that includes everyone. Churches that preached the true gospel would be called hateful and intolerant. Satanists and New Age followers would be celebrated as enlightened and progressive. The world would call good evil and evil good, just like the Bible said. But he also showed me hope. He revealed that before the final judgment, there would be a great harvest of souls. Many people who'd been deceived, including Satanists, would see the truth and turn to him. My mom would be one of them. He told me to share my story, to warn people while there was still time. He said that some would listen and be saved, while others would reject the message and continue toward destruction. But I had to try. Today, I'm no longer Azareth Moon, daughter of a Satanist high priestess. I'm Azareth Moon, daughter of the Most High God, follower of Jesus Christ. My mom is on her own journey. She hasn't fully left Satanism yet, but she's asking questions, reading the Bible, and praying. I believe she'll come around. Jesus showed me she would. As for me, I'm writing this as a warning. If you're involved in Satanism, paganism, witchcraft, or any form of occult practice, please listen. You've been lied to. The freedom you think you have is an illusion. The spirits you're communing with aren't enlightened guides. They're demons leading you toward eternal separation from God. There's still time to turn back. Jesus is real, heaven is real, and hell is real. The choice you make now will determine where you spend eternity. The great deception is coming. A leader will rise who promises unity and peace, but he's the Antichrist, and following him will lead to destruction. Don't be fooled by signs and wonders, by messages of tolerance and self-empowerment. Test everything against the Bible and choose Jesus. I'm not a preacher or a prophet. I'm just a 20-year-old girl from Portland who was shown the truth. And now I'm sharing it with you. The war is real. The stakes are eternal. Choose wisely. Thank you for watching. If you were blessed, please kindly show it by giving this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share this message to anyone you care about. And as you do that, may God bless you. In Jesus' name. Amen.